Hi, this is Jamie and welcome to another big idea. I hope you're all surviving lockdown with COVID-19. So I'm here to share some wisdom with you to help your lives and work be a little bit better. And I took some inspiration this week from an album called Space by a group called the KLF. I used to like in the end of the 80s and the early 90s. And they did this very ambient, relaxed album of kind of traveling through space and the different planets. And of course, it's a great album to listen to when I'm doing my focused work because there's no lyrics on it and it's just nice and relaxing. But this idea of space, I've been thinking about with regard to our calendars. For many of us, suddenly we've got a huge amount of space in our calendars because we've got less work to do at the moment. Things are just not happening. Projects aren't going to be getting started anytime soon. And then some of you have got jam-packed calendars. Things are just full on. You've got lots of projects with your business or new ideas that you're starting. So what this idea of space, that of course you guys who are struggling with getting things started because you've got all that space in your calendar, think about blocking some time in there for a project that you want to get started. There's a lot of scientific research saying that if we actually book in that time to do those particular big tasks, there's a very higher chance that we're going to achieve those things if we book them in. So have a think and look at those empty spaces in your calendar of where you could maybe get a project started, even if it's just like I talk about with time blocking, the Pomodoro technique, even just 30 minutes. But if you can create, say, a 2-hour slot there and do a 4-hour rinse and repeat Pomodoro session, that's great, because then you've locked it down and hopefully you will then achieve things. And then you've got some of you who've just got stuff crammed in your calendars at the moment. You're absolutely chock-a-block. And so what happens is you're forgetting to kind of look after yourself or do those other things that you enjoy, like maybe having lunch and where you've got a shared digital calendar, maybe an Outlook shared digital calendar with people you work with in your team and your company. Have a think about maybe locking and blocking those lunchtime sessions there, of actually putting them in, because one, it'll help you focus to remember to take that lunch, and also the bonus of that is it stops people hopefully booking in meetings during that lunchtime, that maybe half hour or hour that you're going to take to have lunch. And if you've blocked that time, people aren't going to see that space in your calendar and slap a meeting or another thing, collaboration thing within that kind of precious time when you maybe need a bit of downtime. And also maybe even blocking in those times, if you're kind of homeschooling kids, blocking in those times of when you're doing those things, so they know when your school is on and when it's off, and so do you as well. And you could, if you're doing things in short bursts of maybe 30-minute or hour sessions with them, you can block those in and choose maybe between you where they go in. So yeah, think about and of course with regard to lunch, if you write in lunch on your calendar there, someone might still throw a meeting and think, well, they're just having their sandwich, we can throw a meeting in there. Maybe you've got to be a little bit ruthless or sneaky there and maybe call it something very cryptic of what you're doing there, and so others will not kind of bulldoze that area of time for you. So yeah, have a play with that idea of where you can kind of lock the block, which I think was Busta Rhymes wrote a song called Lock the Block. Have a think in terms of that, of your calendar, of where you can block in that time to get that procrastination buster, to get things started and done, and also to stop others kind of bulldozing your day as well with too many things. I hope that's useful for you, and I will look forward to seeing you next time for another big idea. Cheers.